My husband stood in the doorway and didn't move. You should start packing, he said. I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it didn't make sense. For what? I asked. He crossed his arms, calm, cold. I gave the house to my brother. Just like that. Like he was talking about an old couch. Not the home we built together. His brother was already inside, walking around, looking at the walls like he owned them. You can stay somewhere else for now, my husband added. This is better for the family. Better for the family? I felt something snap in my chest. Because what he didn't know was that I had already signed something weeks ago. Something he never bothered to read. And in about 24 hours, this house wasn't going to belong to his brother or him. We'd been married for 8 years. 8 years of saving, planning, building a life. That house, it wasn't just his. It wasn't even mostly his. I paid for half the down payment, half the mortgage, half the renovations. Actually more than half, if we're being honest. But everything had always been in his name. Easier for paperwork, he said when we bought it. I trusted him. That was my first mistake. The second? Not questioning things sooner. Because over the past year, he changed. Subtle at first. More time with his brother. More family obligations. More decisions made without me. His brother, Ryan, had always been irresponsible. Job hopping, debt. Big ideas. No follow through. And somehow, my husband always felt responsible for him. So when Ryan fell on hard times again, I knew it was coming. I just didn't expect this. You gave him our house? I repeated. It's temporary. My husband said quickly. He needs stability. Stability? So I get kicked out? And me? I asked. You'll figure it out, he said. You're independent. Independent. That word hit different when it meant disposable. Ryan walked into the living room, clapping his hands together. Nice place, he said, grinning. Feels good already. I stared at him. He didn't even look guilty. Not a hint of shame. Just entitlement. You're joking, right? I said. My husband sighed like I was being difficult. Don't make this harder than it has to be. Harder? You just gave away my home. Where am I supposed to go? I asked. Maybe your friend Lisa? Or a hotel for now, he said casually. A hotel. Like I was a guest in my own life. That's when I noticed something. A folder on the kitchen counter. Papers. Fresh. Signed. I walked over slowly and picked it up. Property transfer agreement. My name? Nowhere. Of course. You already signed this, I said quietly. Yes, he replied. It's done. Done. That word again. Like I didn't exist. Like I had no say. Like I had no power. I closed the folder, looked at him, then at Ryan, then back at him. And for the first time since this started, I smiled. Okay? I said. He blinked. Okay? I nodded. Yeah. If that's what you want. Relief washed over his face. He really thought that was it. That I'd just accept it, pack up, disappear. But inside, I was already dialing a number in my head. Because 3 weeks ago, something didn't sit right with me. So I made a quiet move. A small one. One he never noticed. And now, it was about to matter more than anything. I didn't argue. Didn't yell. Didn't cry. That's what confused him the most. Wow. He said that night as I packed a small bag. I thought this would be a bigger deal. I almost laughed. Oh. It was a big deal, just not in the way he thought. I'm tired, I said simply. We'll talk later. He nodded, satisfied. That was his mistake. Because the moment I stepped out of that house, I didn't go to a hotel. I went straight to my lawyer. 3 weeks earlier, I had a feeling something was off. He'd been distant, secretive, too involved with his brother's problems. So I did something I'd never done before. I protected myself. I booked a consultation. Quietly, privately, just to understand my options. At the time, it felt dramatic. Now, it felt like the smartest decision of my life. When I walked into my lawyer's office that night, she didn't look surprised. She listened. Every detail. The transfer. The paperwork. My name missing. Then she smiled. Not kindly. Strategically. Did you sign anything approving this transfer? She asked. No. Did you ever legally give up your financial interest in the home? No. She leaned back. Then he didn't give the house away, she said calmly. He attempted to. I blinked. What? She tapped her pen on the desk. In a marriage, especially with shared financial contributions, he cannot just transfer ownership like that without your consent. Not legally. My chest tightened. So, What does that mean? It means, she said, his little agreement doesn't hold up the way he thinks it does. I felt something shift inside me. Power. Real power. And his brother? I asked. She smiled slightly. Is currently living in a house he doesn't legally own. The next morning, I made the call. Not to my husband, to his brother. Ryan picked up, sounding way too comfortable. Hey, he said. Forgot something? Yeah, I said calmly. Your timeline. What? I hope you didn't unpack too much, I added. Because you're going to need to leave. He laughed. Oh, no, your husband gave me the house. I smiled. You might want to read the law before you get too comfortable. Silence. Then, what are you talking about? I'm talking about illegal transfer of marital property, I said. An unauthorized occupancy. Another pause. Longer this time. Put my brother on the phone, he said. Oh, I will, I replied. In court. And I hung up. 2 days later, everything exploded. My husband called me non-stop. Voicemails, texts, angry, panicked. What did you do? I didn't answer. I didn't need to, because now he was finally learning what it felt like to not be in control. By the end of the week, Ryan was out. Not by choice, by legal notice. My husband tried to fix it, apologize, backtrack. Too late. Because once you show someone they're disposable, you don't get to take that back. I moved back into my house. Not ours. Mine. Because this time, everything was being corrected. Legally. Properly. In my name too. No shortcuts. No blind trust. Funny thing is, he thought he could remove me from my own life. But all he did was remind me exactly how much of it I owned. So tell me, what would you have done in my place?